So a really common mistake is either to have no profile picture at all or to have a profile picture that's not professional. So ensuring that your profile picture reflects who you want to represent as a professional is key. Quite frequently, people don't engage enough with the platform, so they'll create a profile and then almost never sort of hop back on LinkedIn or respond to requests and messages. So making sure that you are engaging regularly is also essential. There's a variety of sort of multimedia content that I think is useful to put throughout your profile, so ensuring that it's engaging is key. The first place people tend to look is your picture, so again, ensuring that your picture is, again, up to date and professional is key. The same is true for your headline, so that's the next place people tend to look. And you really want that to be engaging, not just a repeat of the title of your most recent job, as an example. And then your summary is also key. So making sure that, for instance, in your summary, you use keywords, not buzzwords. That's really the most SEO-sensitive part of your profile, and you want to make sure, again, that people are engaging with it. That multimedia content, I think, is key. You really want to make sure it's complete. People don't join groups enough. People don't follow companies enough. We give all sorts of tips when you click on edit your profile, and what people tend to frequently do is the first 2 or 3 tips, but then ignore the rest. And really making sure that you get all the way to the bottom where you talk about your interests, where you talk about aspects of your sort of personal life that reflect who you want to represent professionally, I think are key, because people want to interact with you as a person, not just as an employee or as a manager. And so completing that picture, I think, is essential. So making sure that they engage on the network in general is key. It really is a network, not just a profile. It's a means of interacting with people, not just a resume. And so ensuring that, for instance, you're responding to connections, that again, that you're sending messages. Even when you do send a connection request, making sure that you customize it, because you don't want a template going out. You really want a person to understand why you're reaching out to them. And throughout your experience on LinkedIn, you want to represent yourself as a directed professional. So you want people to understand why you're interacting with them. It's not a social environment the same way that Facebook or Twitter is, where you can just sort of talk about things at random or for entirely personal reasons. Rather, it works better when the person with whom you're interacting has a better understanding of what your purpose is in using LinkedIn. I think across the profile, we're creating all sorts of new means of interacting. So whether it's via SlideShare, which is a tool that you can use to post slides, whether it's via our new job search tools. There's tools now for freelancers that we're building. Even aspects of the profile that before didn't exist, like the multimedia content, can now be created and engaged with in ways that sort of has never been possible. So I think exploring LinkedIn to the fullest, particularly as we grow quickly, is key. For instance, I now work with a company we recently bought called lynda.com, and that's going to allow people to sort of get educated, to learn new skills on LinkedIn, and really complete what we call the economic graph, which is our attempt to sort of map the economy in order to fulfill the values and the goals, not just of professionals, but really of the whole world. As of now, you can sign up. There's a percentage of the content that's entirely free that they can access, and then the rest they have to pay for. But it's basically a subscription service to thousands of videos that can train them in thousands of different types of skills, focused mostly on business, on the arts, on creative areas, and on computer sciences. But those skills can benefit them throughout their careers, whether it's in learning how to negotiate, whether it's how to apply for a job, or even how to use LinkedIn.